Hello, welcome to the News Podcast Daily. And following today's headlines.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng chairs Cabinet December meeting. Vietnam Fatherland Fund raises 1.5 trillion Vietnam dongs for the poor. Foreign arrivals to Vietnam hit a record in 2012.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng called for reforming investment environment and improving policies on foreign investment to avoid lagging behind other countries in the region in the areas. He was speaking at the Cabinet's December meeting in Hanoi on December 26.
The government adopted 3 orientations for improving the quality of foreign direct investment. It agreed to prioritize competitive, high-tech and environmentally friendly projects and step-by-step replace low-cost labor force by high-quality one. Investment incentives and promotion activities will be amended. Cabinet members also agreed on the urgent need to overhaul domestic investment environment, especially at the time when the country is restructuring the economy and renewing its growth model. Concluding the meeting, Prime Minister Dũng stressed the importance of foreign investment to Vietnam's development over the past 20 years. Out-of-date policies will have to be revised as they are no longer suitable in the current business context. He asked ministries and departments to screen inappropriate investment incentives, particularly those relating to fees, taxation and site clearance. He also called for quick completion of a draft resolution on foreign direct investment so that the government can put it into practice as soon as possible.
General Secretary of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, LPRP, and President of Laos, Chomali Siason, paid a working visit to the northern province of Hòa Bình on December 27.
Siason congratulated Hòa Bình on its comprehensive socio-economic development achievements. He expressed his wish that the province will harvest greater successes in the future. He extended his special thanks to the Provincial Party Committee, authorities and people for protecting and preserving a historic relic in Chamat, Hòa Bình town. The preparatory meeting for the second Congress of the Lao People's Party, from a name the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, took place there 41 years ago. He also thanked war veterans and the families of those that fought in Laos for their sacrifice to the country during the resistance wars against France and the U.S. On the occasion, the Lao leader presented a gift of $100,000 to the province. Earlier on December 26th in Hanoi, Siason presented Laos National Golden Order to President Trương Tấn Sang and National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng. He also presented the first-class Freedom Orders to 21st incumbent and former Vietnamese leaders. The rewards were made in recognition of the Vietnamese officials' outstanding contributions to fostering the special relationship between the two countries.
The Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Fund has raised 1.5 trillion Vietnam dong, roughly $71 million in 2012, for the poor under the Day for the Poor campaign in 2012. The figure was reported at a conference organized by the committee in Hanoi on December 27.
The money was used to fund the repair of 84,900 dilapidated houses for poor families and the provision of free health services and gifts for underprivileged people. In addition, the Fund for the Poor mobilized 6 trillion Vietnam dongs, or $285 million in the form of social welfare programs. The total money raised by the fund during the past 12 years since its launch has come to 8.5 trillion Vietnam dong. More than 1.3 million poor households in 17 cities and provinces nationwide have got new houses, and millions of poor people have received assistance in various forms thanks to the campaign. Addressing the conference, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Văn Ninh said the campaign is in line with the party and state's major policy of poverty reduction and social welfare, as well as with the national tradition of solidarity and mutual support. He asked ministries and departments to actively work with the Vietnam Fatherland Front to reduce poverty and care for the poor. Next year, the Front will increase educational campaigns and coordinate with authorities at all levels to mobilize more resources for the Fund for the Poor, as well as for social welfare programs and the National Target Program for Poverty Reduction.
According to the General Statistics Office, the number of international arrivals to Vietnam reached a record of 6,647 million in 2012, surpassing the yearly target of 6.5 million.
The figure represented a 9.5% rise over the previous year despite the economic slowdown. Most tourism markets of Vietnam registered growth, with the Republic of Korea leading the trend with an increase of 30.7%. Japan followed with a 19.7% rise. With an average spending of $1,000 per tourist, revenues from international visitors are estimated at $6.6 billion in 2012. Last year's figure was $5.62 billion. In a survey released at its annual conference in Hawaii, the U.S. Tour Operators Association has forecast that Vietnam will be second most favored destination among new emerging ones of international tourists in 2013. It said Vietnam will stand after Myanmar and before India in the new emerging destination list. In the association's 2012 list, Vietnam was selected as the first choice for tourists, followed by India, Ecuador, and China.
The General Statistics Office said the nation's index of industrial production slowed to its lowest in 3 years, rising just 4.8% in 2012.
Growth rose by 7.3% last year and 9% in 2010. Experts blamed the global recession, which had lowered the domestic purchasing power, as well as falling demand from major export markets. Manufacturing and processing industries, which make up the bulk of country's industrial output, edged up only 4.5%, equivalent to half of last year. Despite inventories 3% lower than the previous year, the two industries had a stockpile index of 20.1% this year. Among industrial products to record significant slowing growth were car and motorbikes, down 15%, paper down 10%, and coal down 9.5%. On the brighter note, other products did manage to increase production, with sugar surging 18%, pharmaceuticals up 15%, and crude oil exploitation up 10%.
The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism and the Vietnam National Library on December 26th opened an exhibition to mark the 40th anniversary of the Điện Biên Phủ Battle in the Air Triumph in Hanoi. On display are more than 600 books, newspapers, paintings and photographs of the glorious victory, collected from inside and outside the country. The exhibition gives visitors a deep and comprehensive insight of the great victory 40 years ago. It vividly depicts the B-52 race during 12 memorable days and nights in December 1972 over Hanoi. The night sky was alight as B-52 bombers flew over Hanoi. Anti-aircraft guns on rooftops and emplacements around West Lake were ready to fight. We did not feel scared, only a bit of worry, but we were confident in our army. As well as the glorious triumphs, the history of the establishment and development of the Vietnam Air Defense Air Force is exhibited. It also introduces records relating to the Paris Peace Accords signed on January 27, 1973, U.S. violation of the agreement, and anti-war campaigns around the world. The event will run until December 31st. Domestic and international visitors are flocking to the New Year Welcome Festival at September 23rd Park in Ho Chi Minh City. Started on December 23rd, the event will run to January 1st with various activities. The festival has long been an indispensable cultural activity. It presents Ho Chi Minh City as a dynamic and creative metropolis committed to development and integration with international friends.
Despite a variety of recreational activities this year, they are not as attractive as those last year. I hope the situation will be better next year. There are fewer activities than in the past due to economic downturn impacts. However, New Year preparations started late and the streets sparkle less than in previous years. Ho Chi Minh City is not exempt from the global and regional economic turndown. We and local authorities did our utmost to give locals a warm, happy, safe and cost-effective New Year celebration. Activities that are taking place include professional music performances, frog games, sporting competitions, the release of colored lanterns, boat racing on Tàu Hũ Canal and tours to Long Hoa Pagoda in District 8.
And this is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.